whether we wind or solar. If we were to use the resources that we have right now, and send them through pipelines that are that are state-of-the-art in technology and protecting the environment and other things, we could be totally independent from any foreign oil or natural gas or energy resource. Saudi Arabia would not have to be a trading partner with us unless they choose to live within the confines of our desires. We can say, sure, for global trade, we're willing to continue trading with you, but we're not going to be jacked around like we're doing now. Because we have our own resources. I've been out in North Dakota to see the Bakken Reserve, the oil fields out there, the natural gas fields out there. Hundreds of years of resources there. I've seen the coal resources in that same area, touring the mines, coal mines in North Dakota, Bismarck, surrounding area. I asked the question, how many years of coal do you guesstimate, reasonably speaking, that we have there? North Dakota alone, over 800 years. Now I would guess that in 800 years, we'll probably be able to come up with something alternative to coal. But why do we leave it in the ground? When we have clean coal technology, we have the largest coal-fired energy plant in the United States sitting over here in Monroe, in my district, that is closing up. We don't do something about it. That before they finish their new scrubber units, their 2 new stacks, the EPA had already redefined their processes and they were out of conformance. After millions of dollars put into upgrading their cleaning technology. That's absurd. We don't have an energy problem. We've got an energy department that's the second EPA. An energy department that's produced no new energy since its inception. You got to realize, energy department, along with the House the Federal Education Department, they're brand new departments, relatively speaking. And neither of them do anything except provide more problems with promoting energy, education, and a number of other things in the country. So, bottom line is, the American people, I think, understand we need energy. We need to use it appropriately. We don't want to pollute the environment, but we aren't. China is. And that pollutant comes over here, and it registers on our meters, and we've got to clean up their air for them. That's absurd. And so we have Harry Reid and his majority, and the president, and other candidates that will be running to take places to continue that policy of putting us into a situation where we can't promote our own system. So all of our energy plans are things we need to do. We passed in the House several times. I've co-sponsored bills to do that, where it said, let's use it all.
Yeah, around the corner, there's a hot corner.
Yes, sir.
Some are there,
There's another act that you have the authority to do, and that's to grant Congress a 70% subsidy on their costs. Considering that's also a legal act where you accept benefits of that illegal act.
Well, it wasn't a legal act. What the media hasn't told you, it's talking about the most recent hubbub about members of Congress and their staff being subsidized in our health care. We pay a portion of it, our employer pays a portion. That's how it's gone on for years. It's legal. And Office of Personnel Management has the responsibility for setting those contracts in place and how it's carried out. It was originally thought that OPM, Office of Personnel Management, was going to decide that under Obamacare, not only was Congress and their staff to go into exchanges, which we still are, which is another reason why I'm fighting Obamacare, because I don't want to be under Obamacare. Because ultimately it will be a single-payer system, and I'll be diminished in what I have from my wife and myself. But OPM came out and said no, because it has been a long-term employee subsidy, just like General Motors puts into their employees a portion of their insurance, or the Michigan Education Association, or the state, more importantly, the state taxpayer puts into educators. health care, the same will take place for Congress. And that's what they're doing. We will still pay our portion into our health care plan, which sadly comes under Obamacare mandates and requirements. And our employer, i.e. the federal government, i.e. the taxpayer, will continue to put that subsidy portion of the payment into the plan.
What exactly are our biggest global changes?
So we've seen, we've already seen premiums go anywhere between 20% and 400%. So it depends on your insurance provider, depends on your policy, what that's going to be. We're guessing that on average, this will be close to about 75% increase across the board.
This will cripple the entire United States of America.
It's already crippling. It's already cutting jobs. It's already putting people back in part-time employment who were, let me give you an example of a lady in Jackson, Michigan. This is about 8 weeks ago now. Called my Jackson office and in tears said, up until this morning, I was employed by a home health care provider as a home health care aide. I worked for that home health care provider out of Albion, Michigan, at 38 hours a week, part-time, 38 hours. The rest to make up my other 40 hours or plus that I need to continue paying my mortgage. She's a single parent. Fortunately, all her kids are grown. She's 59 years old. Says I had a job as a waitress at the brew pub in Battlefield. Says that's how I've been making it. And now I was told this morning that as of this week, I will no longer have 38 hours. I'm going to move back to 28 hours because of Obamacare. It's now the new plan under Obamacare is 30 hours and more is full-time. Under 30 hours is part-time. Here in the United States, we considered anything under 40 hours as part-time up until Obamacare. So now we have a lady, 59 years of age. She's not going to go out and get a new job, at least a full-time job easily, 59. She's put back in a part-time status from 38 to 20 years. Arcadia Brewing is going to have to make up the difference if we get them to make up the difference. Otherwise, as she said, well, how am I going to pay for my mortgage? I'm going to lose my home. So we're seeing that already, all across the board. People who have counted on the fact that even though they're part-time work, as they cobble together 38 hours here, another 10 hours there, I can make it. Now I can't even make it when I'm doing 2 part-time jobs. I'm going to have to look for a 3rd part-time job. How do I plug that in my license? That's why.
So your plan, how would this help a woman do that?
Our plan, number 1, is reduce the overall cost of health care and provide increased health care. When you purchase across state lines, it's more competition, more variety. We know that there are some states that cater more to seniors because people are retired. Florida, Nevada, income tax, bills, so that's why we see us move in that direction. This would start to moderate that, require more competition. You're going to keep your people. Now they're not captive because they live in Michigan. They have to go to Michigan providers. No, they go anywhere. That reduces. If you deal with frivolous court, frivolous lawsuits, that helps out. You make more options available. You encourage people to use health savings accounts, give them incentives. All of that adds better opportunity. And then you have small businesses who may say, I want to provide. Let me give you an example. White Castle. You either love the sliders or you hate them. I happen to love them. My wife hates them. So when I have my sliders, either she's not in the car, or we stop and open the sunroof. And as soon as I'm finished eating my 4 sliders with fries, she actually takes the bag and empties it in the garbage can nearby. And so it doesn't, I love it anyway. That's the version. 92 years, they've been a family-run business in place. And we've been around Columbus. 90 of those 92 years, they provided health care benefits to their employees. Fuller to the full-time employees, or partially to the part-time. But nonetheless, by doing those type of benefit packages to all of their employees, they have an unheard of employee retention of 10 years or more. When you have that in the fast food industry, that's unheard of. They've taken care of their employees. I know some of the family members of White Castle personally, and it's a family of faith as well. They do this not simply because they're good corporate citizens, they believe their faith leads them to do that for their employees also.